Let's face it, golf is expensive. But what if it doesn't have to be? I play, practice, and compete on just a $100 a month budget. And today I'm sharing exactly how I do it, plus a reality check on what I can't do right now. This isn't a list that I Googled last night. These are the 7 exact strategies I use to keep improving while making golf a little bit more affordable. Now here's the deal. That $100 comes from content creation. When I started this journey, I promised my wife that if I ever had to dip into our joint account, this journey is done. So if even one of these tips helps you, hit the like button. It helps me keep making these videos for you. All right, let's dive into tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to walk. At most courses, you could literally pay half just by skipping the cart. My personal best is going to Asheboro Municipal, where it's $10 all you can play if you walk, and I walked 45 holes in one day. Yes, my legs hated me, but my wallet loved me. Not only is walking a great financial benefit whenever it comes to golf, if the course isn't like Bethpage Black, where it's like Mount Everest and super slopey, it can be great exercise as well. So if you're having trouble figuring out how to make golf a little bit more affordable, start with maybe walking around. Now for tip number 2, let's talk about the driving range. Now for me, I used to go to I-85 where I did my top tracer distance video. Now what I'll do is I'll go to smaller ranges like Stony Creek or the range at Gillespie Golf Course, where buckets are anywhere from $6 to $10. And sure, the quantity of balls that I get now whenever I go to these ranges is much smaller, but it forces me to be a little bit more intentional with my practice. But I guess a good general rule of thumb for the range is to skip the jumbo bucket and just get the smallest quantity, lowest price bucket that they offer. Not only will that save you money, but it will also force you to be a little bit more intentional because you got less balls to hit. Tip number 3 is all about gear. Gear in golf can get incredibly expensive. Out of everything that you see in my bag right now, there are only 2 sections that are new. My driver and my wedges I bought new, but even then the Sim 2 when I got it new was not the newest model. The wedges I got on Amazon for $120 for the entire set. Everything else in my bag has been bought used or has been gifted. So essentially the driver and my wedges are the new kids on the block. Everything else in my bag has been around the block. So if you're looking to upgrade, the best thing you could do is to buy used, or if you have to buy new, buy a year model that is maybe 2 years old. Your wallet will thank you. Tip number 4 is all about apparel. It's very easy to spend more on apparel than on golf itself if you're not careful. Now, depending on how often you play, you really only need 1 to 2 golf shirts and maybe 1 pair of shorts depending on how often you wash your clothes. But if you're somebody that wants variety and you're not looking to break the bank, I've got a little secret for you. Discount stores, baby. I get my, albeit small, collection of golf polos and shorts from discount stores like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Ross. These stores are known for having pretty solid name brands there for a fraction of the price of what you would pay at a big box store. Couple of honorable mentions though. My FootJoy shirt that I wear in a lot of my videos, which is the most comfortable shirt by far, is one that was gifted by one of my work vendors whenever I went to the PGA this year. My only golf hat that I wear in my videos, my Titleist hat, is the one that I got whenever I came in second in my first amateur tournament. I used my Pro Shop credit for that. For the shoes that I have, my Adidas shoes that I wore before I got my FootJoys, I got on sale at Amazon for like 35 bucks. But the FootJoy Traditions that I wear now, the Bluchers, were a Father's Day gift from my wife and my daughter. Now it is worth noting, going back to tip number 1, if you do decide to walk a lot more, your shoes are super important. You don't want to skip out on those. I would highly recommend FootJoy because they're the best shoe out there, but you want to find something that is super comfortable and breaks in pretty quickly. Now winter is coming and I live in North Carolina where you can pretty much play golf all year round, but I only own 1 pair of golf pants and I have a pullover quarter zip that has a hole in it. So there's a bit of a wardrobe crisis brewing. Tip number 5 is all about golf balls. I would love to play brand new Pro V1s, but not on this budget. The cheat code is getting recycled Pro V1s. Not refurbished, not refinished, recycled. A recycled golf ball is something that has been found on a course or in a lake. They're cleaned off and sent out to these department stores like Walmart or wherever, and you can buy them for extremely cheap. Refinished, or often synonymously known as refurbished, the process is a little bit more in depth, where the ball is stripped of its cover, it's repainted, and it's remarked with the brand, allegedly. I can get a dozen of these at Walmart for like 20 bucks, and I'm at a point now in my game where I'm only having to reload maybe once or twice every 6 months. But in my opinion, your ball is the most important piece of equipment that you use, so that's why I choose to play the #1 ball in golf, even if it is recycled. Now, while all of this works, there are limits. If you've been following this channel, you know that the goal is to try and qualify for a Korn Ferry Tour event by 2030. And at the time of recording, I'm currently a 10.6 handicap. So things like a coach, better facilities would speed up my improvement. Playing tougher, more expensive courses would prepare me better for tournaments. But right now, my practice has to fit my budget. And on top of that, before winter hits, I'm probably gonna have to take a month off of golf just so I can buy more pants and warm gear so I'm not freezing my butt off in January. So if anyone from Titleist or FootJoy are watching, I'm here, I'm loyal, and I'm cold in the winter. Now for tip number 6, let's talk about practice tools and training aids. This is kind of like apparel. You can spend a lot of money on these things more than on golf itself if you're not careful. For me, I like to keep it simple. I've got a couple of alignment sticks, I've got a tripod for my phone, and I have a can of Dr. Scholl's foot spray. The alignment sticks and tripod are pretty self-explanatory, but the Dr. Scholl's spray is actually super useful for learning where you're hitting it on the face. And we all know that club face control is one of the most important aspects of being able to play golf well. So if you can learn where you're hitting it on the face and using the spray for feedback, you're well on your way for getting better face control. In my opinion, I don't think you need a ton of training aids to practice well in golf. So before you buy the next latest and greatest swing trainer, maybe just invest in a tripod and start there. And finally, tip number 7 is to play within your means. Now, I'm not a financial advisor whatsoever, but I balance budget-friendly local courses with my practice schedule. Sure, I'd love to play courses in my area that cost $60+ a round every single week, but this way I can practice and play every single week without blowing through my budget at the start of the month. So no matter what your budget is, play within your means. Got a golf on a budget hack that I didn't mention? Drop it in the comments. I might feature it in a future video. And again, if any of these tips helped you today, hitting the like and the subscribe button helps me keep this journey going. By the way, if you're curious about more details about my full bag setup, you can check out this video right here to see what's in the bag. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you over there.